Osteogenesis imperfecta is a term that means bone that is imperfectly made from the beginning of life. It's more commonly known as brittle bone disease. It occurs when a mutation happens on a single base on DNA. There isn't a link to gender or race regarding this disease. OI is very damaging to the body and is very uncommon. It affects the main structural part of the bone called collagen. It makes it so collagen is nearly non-existent or very weak, causing the bone to do something called bowing, where the bone arches and indents. It also causes the bone to break very easily, from bumping a baby's back to make them burp or changing their diaper. Anything they do can cause the bone to break. But there are also lots of people who have survived OI and are still alive today. That's because there are 8 types of OI. The main OI genes are the first common 4 out of 8, because they're a lot more common and less confusing. Type 1 is the least lethal of the types and most common. Babies might not break or fracture a bone until they start falling when they learn to walk. After a while, their bone breaks begin to fade. They will be shorter than most people, have blue in the whites of their eyes, and have a slight limp, but most of the people with type 1 OI live normal lives for the most part. Type 2 is the most severe and lethal type of OI. When babies are born, they are disfigured with short limbs, soft skulls, small chests, and legs in the position of frog legs. The whites in their eyes are often dark blue or gray. Some babies with type 2 break bones or die inside the mother's womb and don't often survive after birth. It can take hours to weeks when born. The biggest cause of death is respiratory because of their underdeveloped lungs and their small chests. Type 3 is the most severe to children. All the bone structure is the same as type 2. Short limbs, soft skull, small chest. People with type 3 are very short, with an average height of 3'6". Their spines tend to curve and their chests are often disformed. Longer bones are the ones that usually break or bow. Their heads are usually bigger than the body, and the whites in their eyes are tinted blue, purple, or gray. There is a possibility that they'll stay white though. Type 4 is kind of a mixed bag. It has characteristics of type 1 severity to type 3. People affected with type 4 have moderate to severe growth retardation. Their bone bowing is lesser extent to type 3, but their longer limbs still break easily. Sadly, there is no known cure for OI at this time, but there are treatments for helping. A very common practice doctors will do to kids at a young age is something they call rodding. What they'll do is they'll put a rod through the bone by breaking it up and drilling holes inside to put the rod through. They put a hook at the end so it doesn't slip out. A big concern with doing this is if the bone is strong enough to support the rod. Quick fun fact before I end the video: osteogenesis imperfecta can in fact affect the teeth. It's called brittle teeth disease, and it weakens the teeth instead of the bones. It can do both though.